This is just messy.
This is an Oreo cannoli donut, right?
It stuck to the roof of my mouth. It's good.
Okay, so now it's time to do a little bead haul of all of the beads I got on my adventure. So I'm gonna go by store and what I got at each one. So the first store didn't have too many freshwater pearls, but they did have this one strand of olive green beads, which I love. Always use olive green. And then I got some off-white check fire polished beads. I also use these a lot in like detail pieces. I use size 8 round seed beads for the edges of my project, so stocked up on some more gold. The second store was the one that had the cat, and they had a really good selection of freshwater pearls. And I only got one seed bead there, which were these size 8s in silver lined light sapphire. So it's that light blue, and I think that will be really pretty for some edges in my pieces. The rest of this is freshwater pearls from this store. So I got these. They're like a creamsicle orange color. It's more olive green. But these, I really like the shape of these. They're like pretty consistent in their sizing. A lot of freshwater pearls could be very organic. These are like a light peachy pink, which I don't have. It almost kind of looks like the color of my skin. And then lastly, the two I think I was the most excited for, these dark red. They're like almost kind of like a crimson red brick color. These are like a bright red orange that I definitely don't have anything like, and I'm very excited for these. And then lastly, I almost didn't go to this store because all of the stores were about 30 to 40 minutes apart and I was getting tired of driving. But I was like, you know what, I made it this far, I'm gonna check it out. I've never been to this one before, so I might as well go. And I'm happy I did because they had some really good stuff. They had a lot of seed beads in there, they had a decent amount of freshwater pearls, they just had a pretty good selection overall. I did see these bugle beads in a silver lined aquamarine, which I've never really come across. And I thought those were a very unique, pretty color, and they were only $2 a tube. So I grabbed those. And then they also had these twisted hex cut in gold, and I use gold plenty. I do like making myself a necklace every once in a while, and I have been wanting an olive green necklace. I came across these in this store and they were only $7. So these are olive green cat's eye, and I'm very excited to make a necklace with these. I think it's going to be really pretty. Another olive green freshwater pearl, but these ones are darker and they're smaller, so it is a variation of ones that I already have. I'm really excited for these last ones. They're like a corally pink color. It's almost not showing up so great in this lighting, but they're very pretty. So I'm excited to use those. Needless to say, I'm very happy I didn't skip the last store because they had some great stuff. I loved all of the stores I went to. I really do like to shop at bead stores in person because there's really not that many. A lot of beads are sold online now. So if someone owns a store and it's a drivable distance for me, I'm gonna go. A lot of these businesses also are selling online, but they have a storefront for a reason. And every time I go to a bead store, I strike up a conversation with the owner because they want to get to know you and find out what you use the beads for. And it's just nice to have that human interaction and just support small businesses. The rest of my day will be spent embroidering. I have a piece I'm working on that I need to ship to Oregon within the next 4 to 5 days. It's going to be in an art exhibit at a gallery up there. And I kind of underestimated how long it would take. I know I'll get it finished, but now it's like I really need to lock in and get some hours in. The theme of this art show was nature, so I chose to do some fawns and a bird. This piece took quite a while to complete, but I'm very happy with how it came out. I definitely think it's probably one of my most detailed pieces I've made, and it probably took the longest. It definitely is the biggest, but I'm super excited. I won't be attending the art show, unfortunately, since it is across the country. I just finished shooting some content for socials with it. I made sure to get a lot of footage because honestly, this is probably one of my favorite pieces I've ever created, and I'm having a hard time thinking of someone buying it and it no longer being in my studio. I don't know, I'm like feeling very close with this piece and I don't want to let go of it. But if it does sell in the art show, obviously this will be the last time it's in my studio, so I made sure to get a lot of footage of it, pictures, everything. And this sounds so bad, but I almost don't want it to sell because I love it so much and I'm attached to it. But I'm mentally preparing myself if it does sell. It might not, I'm not quite sure. I do want to make a necklace with these beads that I picked up from a bead store. I'll show you guys, like, I guess a little bit of a tutorial on how to make a necklace. It's a little bit of a break from embroidery, but I do love doing this from time to time. I have my beads here, and then my smaller beads, and then I have my bead stringing wire. I'm using a little bit of a thinner one because I kind of want this, I don't want the necklace to be too stiff. And then I have some different pliers here. I have a crimping plier, which you'll see why this is necessary. And then just some of these round ones, I forget what these are called. And then I also have my regular pliers. I have some jump rings and crimp beads. And then lastly, I saw this when I was bead shopping and I thought it's a cool idea. It's like one of the magnetic closures. So it will make taking the necklace on and off very easy, and it is very strong, so I'm not worried that the necklace will just come apart. So I always, of course, leave extra room because you're going to need to be able to get your jump ring on there and everything. So I kind of do like a little estimate. Like I probably want it to be about this long, so then I'll add a couple more inches so I have some room to work with. And then I will cut that. So first get your crimp bead. And then that's on here. Next, we're going to take a jump ring, put that on next. So we have a crimp bead, a jump ring, and now we're going to take the end and put it right through that crimp bead. The string is going through my crimp bead, and I have my jump ring on the end. Now I'm going to take my crimp pliers and move this forward a little bit. So you'll see that crimp pliers have these divots in them, and that's what we're going to use to shape them. So first we want to flatten the crimp bead, and then we will bend it. So I use the very end of the pliers to flatten it. See, now it's flat and it's secure on there, but to make it even more secure, that's how we do the next step. We then move it down to the next part of the pliers and we squeeze. You'll see that there is now a curve where I've put it in. And then lastly, you do this and you bend it even more, and now it's kind of folded into a C shape. Now that we have our crimp bead there and attach our jump ring, we can start adding our beads to the string until I get to the length that I desire, so I won't bore you guys with that. Okay, so at this point, I think I have reached the length about that I want it to be, because I have to factor in that I also need to add another jump ring to one end and the clasp. And now this is when we add our second crimp bead and another jump ring. And this is kind of where now you can hold on to the jump ring and pull this through. And cut that down and feed it through the beads later. But first, let's crimp it. So we make it flat first. And then we go in with the next one. Going to cut that down and then try to thread it through. So now we're left with our beads on their thread, and we have two jump rings at the very end. So I didn't realize the original jump rings I was using were soldered shut, so they were not the kind you can just open. So I am using some backup ones that are a little bigger in size, but these ones aren't closed off, so you can see that you can bend it and then open it and close it yourself. So I'm going to reattach a jump ring to this end and then attach my clasp as well, and then I will close this one. So now I'm going to attach this jump ring on this end, attach my other clasp, close this off. So if you want your necklace to look even more professional, they do make, sorry, this is very hard to hold right now and get in focus. They do make crimp covers that you could put right over the crimps, but mine are gold and they kind of just blend right in, so I don't mind them. I think it still looks professional. Let's put this on and see how it looks. Okay. It is very easy to take on and off, but your hair may get caught in it. Yeah, so you can see the little beads I put in between. I am happy with the color I chose. And yeah, I really like it. Thank you for watching me make that necklace. I don't know how useful that tutorial was. It was very hard to get my camera to focus on such tiny little pieces. There are plenty of tutorials on YouTube, TikTok, anywhere. If you look up how to make a beaded necklace, I'm sure you'll find something if mine was not very helpful. I'm going to end this vlog here, so thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.